All right, it's time to add some texture. So get your clay out of your bag, smooth out the top, and grab 3 items that you want to press in. Each one of these items is going to be pressed in 3 different ways. So here, I have a Sharpie that I pressed the end in, not the actual wet end of the Sharpie, but the end of the pen. And I tried this technique of just pressing it in 3 different rows to kind of see what I thought. And I like the little dot in the middle. I think that's pretty cool. So now I'm gonna try the other end. By lining these up, I'm getting more of like a wave effect, and I kind of like that. Now trying to think of this item in a third way, I'm pressing it in sideways, creating that kind of spike as well as the little line in the between. So I kind of like that look. We'll see. Now this is my Sharpie pen, what I ended up doing, and now I'm going to flip it over or smooth it out to try the next item. The next item I decided to try was a Crayola washable marker. So using the back end of it, it's kind of similar to the way I was doing the Sharpie. I like the circles, but not quite as much, so I wanted to do something a little different. So my second row, I ended up layering them, kind of see what would happen. Turns out, not a huge fan of it, so I probably won't use that for my final piece. Using the other end, I kind of wish I overlapped these. I think that would give it a better look, but oh well, I'm just experimenting. Then thinking about pulling it sideways, maybe a different action with my hand, pulling those across, and kind of, it almost creates like scales that I can try in different ways. So that's my 3 ways with the marker. Now, my last item, I wanted something different from a writing utensil. And I kind of looked around me, kind of thinking what you guys might have. So after I smoothed it out, made it look all nice, I grabbed an eraser. And this one doesn't have as many ends to it, so I wasn't sure what to do. I went ahead and pressed it in at on the edge like that. And then thought about the corner. Kind of giving a different look to that. This one also kind of gives different scales like the other. And pressing it sideways, seeing what it would look like there. I could also create different patterns, and I could combine these things, but I'm just experimenting, having fun with it. Now, after you finish, make sure that you put it back in the bag with no air, seal it tight, because if you don't, you're gonna have some crappy clay that is not gonna work out for you. So you gotta make sure that you wrap it up tight.